Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Time is But a Window. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be an Overwatch of sorts, but we're going to be doing it on a pro player, Subroza. Or in this demo, his name is Subzera. It's the same guy. You can obviously see this is CLG. Alright, so he's going to be making his way over here towards the B site. There are two guys there, Taco and Cold Zero, which is probably why he changed his name. But regardless, he's looking over here, kind of looking at him through the wall and such, but you know, not really. He's just kind of pre-placing the angle, I believe. But that is what we are going to find out. There has been a lot of discussion about this guy lately, so I wanted to pull up a demo, and I'm also going to pull up a demo on Fallen, who's on the other team right now. And we're going to do the same with him, probably next week. But right now we can see that Subroza is picking up the bomb. His team seems to be making their way over towards A. Unlike Matchmaker, they typically have pretty set strats, and they have a strat caller and redirect and work as a team a lot more, so you will be able to see that. But will we be able to see him actually toggle anything is the real question. So here you can see he's spamming over there. Again, a pretty typical spot. He's more spamming over there than anything else. Got pretty high sensitivity. Just shot at the guy through the box. But again, since he has been spamming over there, it doesn't seem too weird. There's another guy in sight. He shoots over to the left, but the guy's over on the right side. Now he's watching over to the right, checks to the left, and he gets shot in the back. So, on that first round, I can't say that there was anything majorly suspicious. In two areas, he did look at a guy through a wall, technically, but they were pretty normal positions. It wasn't like he was doing anything out of the ordinary. So you're going to watch him go back up middle again. He turns from the flash, but he still gets blind from it pretty hard. He's making his way up catwalk with his team. He's going to look over towards the site. Doesn't see anyone there. And he's just going to make his way over towards window room. Just kind of spotting this out. As you can see, there's still two CTs over at A. He turns and takes a shot, but no one was there, so it wasn't like he was turning and shooting at a person. I think he was just trying to get something random and lucky. Still just holding this corner. Seems to be what he does. Guy's going to be pushing up. And as you can see, he's still holding the corner. Doesn't seem like he knows that the guy's pushing up or anything like that. And he's going to make his way back towards the back of site, towards halls where his teammates are, and start running away from the bomb. Still holding it, making sure no one's going to get on it. No one will. And he's out of there. So far, after 2 rounds, I can't say that there's any definitive proof of him doing anything. We're going to watch this next round. We'll probably watch the entire demo here, and I'll try to cut it so that it's not too long for the YouTube video. But I want to treat it more like an Overwatch in the future, where I'm just going to do a random selection of rounds from like the middle of the demo or beginning. Because that's kind of how Overwatches work, and I'll do several of his in the future, just so that we get a good perspective. So he's watching window over here. There is a guy. He crawled through the smoke over to the left side. Doesn't look like he knows that the guy actually did. He's going to turn away from the window because his teammate was throwing something. He's going to be making his way up cat. As you can see, he's got a very high sensitivity. You could see it earlier when he was going from one side of the box to the other. His sense is quite high. He's able to get that, or his teammate actually gets that pick. And it's pretty controlled too. But still, he's making his way into the site, checks the van, doesn't see anyone, and the site is pretty much clear. Takes a spam shot over at the bench. There he comes over towards the connector. He sees a guy and takes 2 USP shots. Nothing shady yet. Subroza and his team are going to be making their way over here towards the B halls right now. Not entirely sure what they're planning to do, but it looks like they're going to throw a couple smokes here. And possibly do a B take. There goes a flashbang into, well, technically into the hallway. Blinds anyone's going to peek towards them from the hallway. And you can see if there's a bunch of guys on cat. He's nowhere near any of them when he peeks out. So far, the evidence against him is just completely lacking. The most interesting part was just the pistol round it looked like he was on though. But until this point, nothing. Here you can see that he's going to look towards underpass. He's aimed at the angle towards where the guys can come out of. He's going to throw a flashbang, turn away from it, and peek towards the underpass. Doesn't see anyone, and he's going to make his way back up towards the halls. He's spamming towards the smoke because he hears the CT spamming, and he's going to throw a nade in it. Does not connect with Taco, it's not deep enough. He probably thinks he's on that ledge up there. Now he's just kind of holding this and watching, waiting for someone to push. Sees that guy jump across, he spots him out, calls it to his teammate, and he's gonna fall back. Bomb is over in terrorist spawn, just been waiting for them to decide what they want to do, and I think they're gonna be trying to split over towards A. There is smoke goes to block off catwalk, Molotov and window to keep anyone from peeking out, and he's just kind of standing up here in case anyone decides to do anything. As the molly was ending, he jumped through the window, was able to get that guy. Caught off guard. Taco knows he's there now, but he's going to back off of that. As you can see, he's just kind of making sure no one's going to be flanking through connector. Now he's not watching it himself, but he's going to go and check window room. Three guys are in CT spawn right now. Looks like they're going to back off and not try to go for the retake. Like that too. And sees one as he's peeking out. He's able to get that kill. He doesn't stick around to try to get the other one. There you can see him trying to spam the wall, but was he on target there? Not so much. He just likes to shake his mouse, it seems. I think more than anything, this guy likes to look like, or at least pretend, that he looks shady and fishy, because honestly, watching him so far, I'm not really too impressed. He's going to be making his way up here through the connector. He throws the smoke off into connector. Guy up on catwalk. He's looking up there. He's going to throw a nade into the window room, make his way back underpass towards B. Looks like the bomb is heading towards B, so they might be doing a B take right now. They're going into sight. One guy is falling into sight. And one is on catwalk. He comes out, is able to take out the guy on catwalk. Again, no pre-aiming or anything crazy on either of those guys. The second guy had pretty good aim on him, pretty quick to that. Again, he's using pretty high reaction time, and I mean not high reaction time, again, he's using pretty high sensitivity, and that second kill showed that off pretty well. Gonna throw a Molotov over there. There is a guy over here by the bench. Don't think he knows there's a guy bench, and he gets shot. Alright, so we are about 7 rounds into this at this point, and so far I can't say that there is enough evidence to even warrant close to a conviction other than that pistol round. He's looking over on the right side of that wall. Now he's holding by this. Checking to the left now. His teammate's able to take that guy out on platform from behind. Sees one of them, and he goes down to Fallen. He's gonna be making his way over towards B this round. Looks like his teammate's leading the way. Cutler up there. And he's got his knife out. Checks towards underpass. Cutler kind of has underpass, but you know, he wants to be sure about it. The guy did peek halls for a moment, took a spam shot, but ends up falling off of it. Sub-Zero was peeked by that and seems to be pushing up into here. Kusta's peeking it with an AWP. Throws a Molotov to keep anyone from pushing out on him when he peeks deeper, and now he's falling off. So Zero throws a nade up there just in case someone's still up there or decided to push up there after the smoke. And now he's going to be rotating off towards the B site. I mean A site. So now he's getting into the A site with his teammates, and, well, it's pretty clear. Very good call on the rotation over here. Make the CT work for it a little bit. It's a 1v4. Not looking good for him. He's down to 54 HP, and Kusta's able to take him out with an AWP shot. Again, nothing interesting by Subroza. He didn't look towards middle. So it seems at this point that Subroza's typical role is to make his way over here towards B and at least keep them honest, if nothing else. Sometimes he'll go through underpass and he'll make sure to put some pressure on that window to make sure no one comes out of that. But for the most part, this is his area. This and underpass. Alright, so now he's making his way back over here. He's really just holding this to make sure no one pushes up. Make sure that if anyone does, he's able to catch them. And, well, if he is able to catch them, it would open up the site to an extent. Right, they're taking the B site now after getting a couple picks. And he's clearing site. He does actually check everything out. Checking towards window. He doesn't see the guy at window. His teammate sure as hell does. And then Fur is left in a 1v4 again, but this time I don't think he's going to try to go for it. He's hauling ass away. He's going to be saving. He probably should have done that last round as well, but you know, they're one of the best teams in the world. Who am I to judge? He comes out, he's able to kill that guy. It didn't look suspicious to me. What about you guys? Alright, so he's going to be making his way towards his normal spot with his teammate. This time they have the two guys going there, so I assume that he's going to be watching that for a moment and his teammate's going to watch down the ramp, and he's going to eventually work his way down the ramp. Oh, he saw someone. He saw someone pushing, but I don't think he noticed it. Now he's checking it to make sure no one is pushing, because that's really his job on this. And keeping his eye on that hallway. Now I know that the demos that were called into question were the ones where he was on LAN, and I was going to do those, the ones against Cloud9, because that's where most of the clips that people have shown are from. The only problem is that if he was cheating on LAN, he sure didn't do a very good job, because in one of those games he had like 4 kills, and I believe the other one he had somewhere like 11. So he wasn't exactly getting any work done. But he did do those shady moments. Still, I wanted something that had a little bit more action involved to see if he was using that to get some kills against. Right here you can see that one of the top teams in the world, if not the top team in the world. So he's checking sight, looking over towards window. He's going to smoke off the window to make sure no one can see through it while his teammate plants. That way his teammate can get out of that corner if he needs. He's going to try to get out, throws a nade. Actually, he seems to be staying there. Now there is a guy in the smoke, and, well, that was not Subroza that killed that guy. Not sure if he could see him because of the smoke glitch when he threw the nade, or what, but either way, Sub gets shot in the side, and he turns and tries to shoot the guy, but his teammate's able to get him. Now, I'm not just going to limit these videos to the guys that are expected to be cheating. I'm also going to do some other top-level professionals as well, just in case, you know, anyone is going to try to get away with it. We might as well see if we can catch them. So here, Sub-Zero is, Sub-Zero. Subroza is smoked off. Now he's flashed. And he's just kind of holding. The only place he can see is over here towards the right. So that's why he's holding that angle like that, because in case someone pushes up, he'll be able to spot the guy a little bit and try to take some shots at him. One guy is pushing, takes some shots, he gets killed. Really, it was kind of a bad situation for him. Alright, so he's making his way through the B halls. One guy pushed underpass, his teammate shot, he knows that his teammate shot at him, so he's going to nade it. He's going to throw a flashbang down here, and him and his teammate are pushing together. Guy's hiding in that left wall, but they're together, so he's only able to get the one kill. And Subroza actually, because he was distracted with that, doesn't know that Taco was pushed. And now he sees him, he's able to take him down as well, but as you can see, he didn't correct his aim over towards the left side or anything. He was just kind of watching over to the right to make sure no one had pushed when he saw the other guy starting to peek out slowly. And because he was peeking slowly and because of the angle, he was able to see the guy first because he was farther away from the wall. So Subroza is doing his usual thing, making his way through the B halls. Gonna throw the bomb down, and him and Cutler seem to be pushing up. Throws a Molotov. Ooh, that's through the wall a little bit. That was a little bit interesting. But was it suspicious? It was a little suspicious. But was it enough? Not really. It was just a little spam shot, but that was a little bit interesting. I normally don't see people do that, but I can understand why he would. He knows that the guy's falling off of it. Though I would have probably watched the pixel and tried to shoot him as he was crossing. That, you know, he's got that timing by this point. He's been playing a lot. I imagine that that's not too weird for him. You know, it's about doing as much damage as you can. If you do a little bit of damage and your teammates do a little bit of damage, you're able to get that kill regardless of how good your aim is. Even if he's just spamming the guy through the wall a little bit, if his teammate's able to tag him a couple times, the guy goes down. So now he's peeking up here, taking a spam shot through the smoke. He's going to nade that platform. Here there is a guy in underpass. Sub-Zero's all over it, trying to hit him. It doesn't hit him with a single bullet. His teammate was spamming down there. His teammate may have called something for him and told him that there may have been a guy down there, which is probably why he went full auto. But his aim was not really all over him, though he did kind of follow him a little bit with it. I believe that may have been more coincidental than anything else. Again, it wasn't like it was pixel perfect on him or anything. If you watch some of my Overwatches on some of the cases that I've done, usually when I say that someone looks like they're shooting at someone through the smoke, it's because the crosshair is dead center on the guy and following them. Gonna throw a Molotov over by CT spawn. He checks it, makes sure no one comes out when he tries to plant, because the bomb makes that noise, and occasionally people will come out. Well, often people will try to peek out while you're planting so that you can't shoot back. He gets taken down by Fur. Alright guys, we're on the last round of the first half. The score is 10-4. CLG is dominating one of the top teams in Counter-Strike right now. And they're going to make their way over here towards the B site. Well, not they. Sub is going to make his way over here towards the B site and check that underpass. Again, this is one of his two roles. In this case, he'll check underpass. He'll make himself known by that window. There's a smoke grenade coming in. There's a little bit of spamming into the smoke a little bit. There is a guy to the left side of that smoke. Doesn't even know that it's there. Guy pushes out window and actually takes down. So here we have the first round on the second half. If you remember correctly, the very first round of the first half, Sub-Zero did a couple little crazy things because he honestly spammed that Glock a lot. Now he's got a P2000, which also has quite a few bullets, so I can imagine that he'll probably be doing a lot of spamming with this as well. In all honesty, while I do think he has quite good aim for his high sensitivity, I think that he tries to make up for his reaction time with a lot of spam shots. Not that his reaction time's bad, it just probably doesn't seem to be up to par with a lot of the top pros. Oh, he shoots his teammate in the back by accident. That's not good. His teammate has 1 health after that. Back of the head. And he comes out. Nothing suspicious on that round, and it goes down. Sub-Zero is making his way over towards the B site. Probably a good chance that he plays this by default. Gonna peek up here. Sees one of them. I think he saw him. One pushing on him, so he's falling back towards inner sight, so safer there. And now he makes his way back over towards the van. Coldzera is shooting towards Catwalk, so he took that as a good time to try to come up and shoot him because he knew that he had shot so many bullets. He's gonna check towards connector, and he spams the ump. Does some damage, but I guess the ump's not the greatest at that range, though I honestly would probably tap it at that range. So he's just going to sit here on Catwalk for a couple minutes. It's not a bad situation, 3-3. His teammate's got an AK, he's got an ump, but their bomb is planted, and they are going to win the round. But that also means that these guys are going to be able to hopefully carry these guns over to the next round, which gives them a pretty good opportunity. Alright, so Subroza is going to make his way back over here towards B. He's spamming the wooden panel, there's no one right there, and he's got this M4 in hand. Keeps peeking by jumping up. This is a very typical tactic used by a lot of top players. It's just that way they find like it's pretty hard for someone to hit that shot. That being said, I have made it on occasion from hallway when someone's been doing this, the side strafe jump. He's gonna throw this smoke up there. Blocks it off and peeks out. Now he's only got this one hallway to really worry about. If anyone tries to push through that smoke, but there's a good chance no one will. And he's gonna try to keep peeking that, but his teammates are going down. He's gonna need to rotate. Guy here in window looks over towards it. Kind of just miss each other. Molotov comes down. He aimed on that guy through the wall a little bit, but I think that's just because his aim is so damn jerky. He's gonna look back towards connector, takes a shot at a guy. Cutler's able to get one guy, which leaves two left, but not enough time on the clock. He's gonna start getting away from that bomb, checking to see if anyone comes through window. It's far enough away that he's not gonna die from it exploding. But yeah, that hallway shot was kind of interesting. What do you guys think? That was kind of odd. Again, overall, if I were doing an Overwatch, I'm going to treat this the same exact way as if it were one, rather. I would not say that just because of that shot plus the pistol shots that he's cheating. He just doesn't seem to have the awareness level that someone that has cheats usually would. And as for his aim, while it is pretty good, it's not that good. I mean, his aim is usually around chest level and occasionally hit heads, but it's really just that he's got a high sensitivity, and when he does hit a shot, because it's so rare that he actually aims properly, it looks kind of shady. Here he's spamming through the smoke, a typical spam swat. Try it out yourselves, guys. When they're taking the site, it actually works more than you'd like to know. I get a lot of AWP kills through that kind of smoke. There are guys by Tribox, nothing suspicious about that, but still, that hallway thing was pretty interesting, and on the pistol we had those couple of things. Maybe it's just me, but I wouldn't come up aiming at that hallway like that. It kind of defeats what you're going for. If the guy peeks out and you're aiming over there, you're gonna have to flick over to the left and shoot him in the head. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, so there's a guy here underpass, he jumps down, he doesn't know he's there, he gets taken out. He's gonna be watching over here towards the wooden panel and halls. He spams a little bit there. No one there yet. He's gonna throw this incendiary grenade up there, and as he jumps up, he gets damaged quite a bit. Now, if he were using any kind of cheat, you'd think that he'd start using them occasionally when he was in these 1v1 situations, because if he can get the 1v1 occasionally, he would have a better chance to guarantee the round for his team. But as of right now, it looks like he keeps losing these He's watching this little left corner, making sure that the guy's not going to push up. And now he's going to get underneath this ledge. Got a flashbang, he's going to throw a flash up and peek up. And he didn't see anyone there, so he might think it's clear, but they're coming in through catwalk. And now they're going to peek him from hall. So he had to flick over, and he's completely caught off guard. As you can see with his flick, he was nowhere near the guy. He was over to the left of him by quite a bit. Alright, so he's going to be making his way over towards the B site again, because that's what he plays. But he's got a P250 in hand, and he's going to be sitting up here on the box. It's a pretty good position. His teammate's going to spot things out for him. And he's just really going to hide here and try to get a cheeky kill. Sort of a bait kill on his team. Alright, so let's talk about things right now. So far, his aim, while it's good, as far as aim goes, he is pro level, right? Everyone can agree that he can compete with the pros. But as far as pros go, his aim does not seem any shadier than the majority of them. Right now you can see the score is 11-12, and Subroza is going to be boosting his teammate up over this box to see towards middle. Take some shots, and Kusta is able to get that kill. Nice. Especially since he had a USP. Subroza's got this flash. He throws a flash in the mid. He heard the shot. Takes a shot towards the guy's head. Sometimes it does look a little shady. I mean, like, that was pretty crazy. Guy just flicked right over to the guy's head. Right through the little wall there, the lip of it. Then again, it was a corner. He did hear the gunshot. If he didn't hear the gunshot and that happened, it would have been a little more suspicious. Since he did, it was really just good muscle memory on where his crosshair was going to go. Went right over to that corner, even though he couldn't see it. Another thing to mention is, if a pro was going to be using cheats, would he have it set to lock on to people through walls? Would that even be a thing? I don't think it would, because if he's just randomly shooting people through walls, it would be incredibly suspicious. But since you know, he would be at this pro level, all he'd need is a little help with the aim advantage, and as of right now, it just doesn't look like his aim is that good. Even when he's close, it doesn't seem to lock right onto the guy's head or lock right onto their chest if he's slightly over to the left of them. It doesn't really seem like he's using any kind of assistance for his aim. Alright, as you can see, Subroza is over here at B, spamming the wood. Actually, that was interesting, the timing when he started to go full auto. He didn't connect with any actual bullets, but that was kind of interesting. Yeah, pretty coincidental. He's going to check over here to the right. I'm not sure he actually spotted out that guy or knows if that guy's still there to the left, but he is watching this hallway. He's going to be pushing up now. There is a guy over to the left. He's in this window, and this is a pretty good position because not only can he get a shot off, he'll be able to get a shot off and fall out that window if he doesn't connect with the instant headshot. That being said, it really doesn't look like he knows FNX is over there to that left wall, and that could be very dangerous for Subroza right here, because if that guy peeks out, Sub's going to have to flick over and hope for the headshot before FNX gets the kill, because I think he has a little bit of an advantage with that angle. And Subroza falls off of it, smoke goes up. Again, that's not actually getting FNX. He peeks out. He's in a lot better position now, so it doesn't actually get him killed. Comes out on that guy, tries to shoot the next one. He pulls down for his spray and actually gets that first guy. You can see on that second guy, he was not on the guy's head, but he just tried to control his spray and try to get there. He actually did get his aim there right before he died, but it was too late. He wasn't able to connect with the headshot. Alright guys, so Subroza is going to be making his way over to B. They just had a little bit of a pause. I think it was a strat session of sorts, trying to figure out a way to counter SK, because as you can see, SK is dominating this second half. He's got an ump in hand. He's going to make his way over here towards middle. He's watching it from up here. And it's good angle because he does have that fallback where he can get back up towards Cat. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to be coming that way. Two guys are working their way over towards the B site, and his teammate has spotted one of them off, so he's going to have to rotate over himself. Now he's looking up over towards there. Guy aims on him through the box a little bit, which is a little bit odd. He's able to get the kill over by the bench. That being said, I think that he really just aimed over towards that box because he was waiting to see which side the guy came out from. So here we potentially have the last round of the game. The score is 15-11, and so far SK has been unstoppable. Meanwhile, Subroza has done a couple interesting things, but as you can see, he really doesn't have full armor. He was a little bit money fucked, doesn't even have a defuse kit, and I'm going to peek towards middle, takes spams into the sides of the smoke, typical sides that people could be standing left side in case he was peeked over there, just kind of watching out from there, and on the right side of it. But now he's just kind of sitting here watching Catwalk. He's got a flashbang in hand, decides not to use it, and his team is down 4-5. He's making his way over here towards the window, but actually he looks like he's going to rotate off and start making his way back over here towards the market. Now they got to rotate quick if they want to try to stop this, because they're down to 3 players. It's a 3v5, but here they go. They're coming into the site. Able to take down his teammate. He's able to take down 1, 2. Getting shot from connector. This is the time to shine, Subroza. He's flashed. You didn't see him until too late because of the flashbang. Starts spamming, and while the first 2 shots were good, it sort of fell apart on him. Can't say anything wrong with that. It was a hard-fought game, and he did well. Anyways, guys, my conclusion on this is I do not believe that he was cheating. There was a couple moments that were a little bit odd, and he does do these things pretty often, but I think it's just because he's got a quicker sensitivity, and I think that he actually, like when he rotates into a location, he'll tend to flick onto a wall and then rotate in before aiming it, sort of like a little bit of a lazy habit. Instead of just aiming towards the exact location where he needs to aim. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will do more of these in the future. Please let me know what you think of this in the comments below and how to improve upon them, because again, this is the first one of these and I want to make several more. So I hope you guys enjoyed.